put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name, bro.
I'll put that
Put
tweet.
some respect on my name, bitch.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. A lot of comments have reached my inbox on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the above, okay? And a lot of them did seem like it went in one ear and out the other one, but this one from the godfather of boxing, 6230, said something very interesting, and I'm going to share the clip with you and read it to you. And this is what the godfather of boxing had to say. He said, quote, "Kurt, a lot of content creators seem to be making excuses for AJ. I actually think he's suffering from Ptsd. He cannot deal with pressure fighters. He walked out the same way when he knocked out Francis Ngannou. The better man won on the night, and that was Daniel. We have to give him credit, and it is disgraceful that he will get a rematch, and he was the challenger. As well, it was AJ versus Daniel, and Daniel had to walk out first as he was promoted the champion, HMH. I hope Turkey will not let AJ get the rematch. He does not deserve it. If the same thing happened to Triple D, he would not have a chance to get a rematch. He was the champion. This is my counterpunch, and this is what is destroying the sport of boxing. AJ should be fighting Zhang next, climbing back up the ladder like the old days. 100 emoji. And let me counterpunch. All of the non-concessions that Danny Dubois has, I think actually helped him. I think sometimes when you're the underdog, having the blessings or having the non-perks helps boost and propel your momentum. You know what I mean? It makes you know, like, hey, I don't need any of that other stuff. I don't need the silk pajamas. It's time to go running. I want to get good stamina and cardio in besides feeling the silk sway across my legs trying to run. I don't need any of that, okay? The walking out first, I think that was just overall AJ dominance based on where they were at. AJ, Tyson Fury, Carl Froch, all of these guys helped break the record in Wembley. Those guys, and I believe the reason why he came out first was because Danny Dubois had no lineage to something or a venue that big, okay? And he's just the B-side. He had the IBF belt, but a lot of people would argue that Danny Dubois is an email champion, okay? And Alexander Usyk is the true IBF champion with all the other belts as well. So we have to also look at that as a reality and a possibility, okay? And I think that if anything, Danny Dubois is a guy that needed exactly what he got. I think everything helped him, put him in position to do exactly what he did that night. Now, most importantly, let's talk about AJ, Ptsd. Okay, now, the reason why this is very interesting to me, Ptsd sounds like something that's realistic, and I think that is probably what's bothering Anthony Joshua. That may be the case. If you look at how AJ responded, he did not respond like somebody was confident. He responded like somebody has been through that same trauma before. He didn't take that like a professional. He took that like somebody that is going through some type of illness or some type of mental hang up. That's what it looked like to me. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a real disorder that develops when a person has experienced or witnessed a scary, shocking, terrifying, or dangerous event. Look, I think, and we've seen shades of how Andy Ruiz did him in the first defeat of Anthony Joshua's career at Madison Square Garden, June 1st, 2019. Okay, that's what you saw. You saw mistakes that AJ, knowing what he knows, being a golden Olympian, should never, ever, ever do. But we seen it. And I think based on what he was going through, I think that's some post-traumatic stress disorder shit too. Based on what he went through, I think that's why he was slipping, because he started panicking. You know, he was shocked. He was spooked. He was terrified, you know, because he's went through that before and he can't handle that well. That's a mental thing. Just like I believe it was a mental thing on Daniel's behalf mentally when he took a jab to the face and he got down low and didn't get up until that count was over. I think that's a mental thing. You know, like I told you guys when Frank Warren started talking about how Daniel Dubois may have a mental hangup because that's what he's shown us before. Well, like I said, I think AJ has that same thing. I don't think AJ feels comfortable fighting someone that's pressuring him. I don't think that at all. Why do you think Alexander Usyk was able to get to him? Because Alexander Usyk knew how to push him back in spots and at the same time be elusive and be defensive. Okay? But even though Usyk didn't throw and have hard bows like Daniel Dubois, he was still able to keep AJ back by using pressure. And I think when you apply pressure to Anthony Joshua, the post-traumatic stress disorder syndrome kicks in because he doesn't like to be crowded. It's almost like someone you throw in a closet and he's claustrophobic or she's claustrophobic, right? That's what happens. I think that's when that mental breakdown starts. That was a mental breakdown. There is no way you can tell me that AJ forgot how to defend. I know he practiced it with Ben Davison, but at a certain point of time, he should have learned, keep my damn hands up and I will not get hit like that. But it didn't matter at that point because by that time, he was already hurt. And when he got hurt, everything that he defensively knew went straight out of the window. That's what I think. So back to Godfather of boxing, that may be the key. Now, all that other stuff, he doesn't deserve this and deserve that. Well, this is the sport that we love, that we hate so much for a reason, because he's going to get that. Okay, it's Anthony Joshua. Okay, he's going to get millions. He's going to get paid, and he's going to be promoted, you know what I mean, by the best. It's just how it is. But that doesn't mean he will be the better fighter on that day. But I do think that AJ has problems with this disorder that I don't think no one really likes to talk about. We talk about anxiety, we talk about all this other stuff, but post-traumatic stress disorder, it seems based on the symptoms that we've seen with AJ, he may very well be going through that particular syndrome. So what I'm going to do for everyone, okay, I'm going to make a poll, and on that poll, you guys vote to think, is he or is he not suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!